Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah and Chase Chrisley help Chloe cope with sad death. With Todd and Julie Chrisley behind bars, Chrisley knows best fans agree Chloe has lost more than enough. Unfortunately, Chase and Savannah have found themselves in a difficult position as they have to help Chloe cope with a sad death. Savannah Chrisley documented what happened and posted it on her Instagram stories, but Chloe could be heard protesting in the background as she lashed out, calling Savannah stupid for posting what was going on. What sad death was Chloe Chrisley coping with? Keep reading for the details or scroll down to watch the video clip Savannah posted. Savannah Chrisley and Chad Bryant got Chloe pet fish. As those who follow Savannah on Instagram know, she recently made the decision to allow Chloe to have some pet fish. She documented Chad coming over to help set up the fish bowls and get things ready for Chloe's new pets. Chloe Chrisley was ecstatic as her father Todd was never too keen on pets. In fact, Todd even went as far as shutting Savannah down once when she claimed she wanted a dog. Todd argued that Savannah would go to a hair appointment and forget to feed the poor dog. Naturally, fans wondered how he could say and think that way about Savannah and still trust her to care for Chloe. Chloe copes with death of her pet fish. Sadly, the video reveals that one of Chloe's pet fish died. "One fish bites the dust," Savannah penned in a caption on top of the video. The video was focused on Savannah, but Chloe could be heard yelling in the background as Chase tried to defuse the situation. Chloe Chrisley made it clear she was not happy Savannah was filming this moment and said she was so stupid for doing it. Chase Chrisley could be heard reassuring everyone that he was going to get the dead fish out of the fishbowl. Savannah started to talk too as the two discussed how to get the fish out. Savannah told Chase to just get something out of the kitchen with a scoop and use that to get the fish. Chase, however, didn't want to waste a kitchen utensil using it to scoop a dead fish. Attaching a sticker to the video that said "Fishin' Hole," Savannah also recorded them flushing the fish down the toilet. She planned to Chloe, who was becoming emotional as she stormed out of the room, telling Savannah she was too upset to take a shower right now. Check out the video Savannah uploaded on her Instagram stories down below. The Chrisley family had weathered its share of storms, but the loss of Chloe's beloved dog, Coco, was different. This wasn't about legal battles or media drama. It was about a young girl's first encounter with deep, personal grief. Coco had been her companion through thick and thin, a source of unconditional love and comfort. Now, at only 10 years old, Chloe was grappling with an emptiness she didn't know how to fill. Savannah Chrisley had sensed something was wrong the moment she stepped into the family home that morning. Chloe was curled up on the couch, clutching Coco's collar like a lifeline. Her eyes, usually so vibrant, were puffy and red. Chase, who had arrived minutes earlier, looked at Savannah and shook his head, silently mouthing, "She needs us." Savannah knelt by the couch, placing a gentle hand on Chloe's knee. "Hey, sweet girl," she said softly, "you want to talk about it?" Chloe shook her head but leaned into Savannah's embrace. It was a small gesture, but it was enough to let Savannah know she was ready to be surrounded by love, even if words were still too difficult. The Chrisley plan. Chase watched the scene with a rare seriousness. He wasn't always the first to jump into the role of emotional support, but for Chloe, he'd do anything. She was more than a niece to him. She was like a little sister, and her pain felt personal. As Chloe drifted off for a nap in Savannah's arms, Chase motioned for his sister to join him in the kitchen. "We need to do something," Chase said as Savannah closed the door quietly behind her. Savannah sighed, rubbing her temples. "I know, but what? You can't just fix grief with one of your crazy schemes, Chase." Chase smirked, but there was no humor in it. "I'm not talking about something wild. I'm talking about helping her say goodbye. Closure. Coco meant the world to her, and she deserves something meaningful." Savannah's brows furrowed in thought. "You mean like a funeral?" "Exactly," Chase said, his expression softening. "Not just a goodbye, but a celebration of how much Coco meant to her. We could get the whole family involved. Make it special." Savannah nodded, the beginnings of a smile forming. That might actually work. A farewell to Coco. The next morning, Savannah and Chase set their plan into motion. They enlisted Nanny Faye to help bake Chloe's favorite cookies, convinced Todd to write a heartfelt speech, and even got Grayson to design a little scrapbook filled with pictures of Chloe and Coco. By the time Chloe woke up, the backyard had been transformed. Chase had strung fairy lights in the trees, and Savannah had laid out a small table adorned with flowers, a framed photo of Coco, and a candle flickering in the gentle breeze. Chloe walked out to find her family waiting for her, each holding something to honor Coco's memory. For a moment her lips trembled and Savannah worried they'd done too much too soon. But then, Chloe took a deep breath, her small frame straightening. "What is this?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Savannah knelt beside her, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "It's for Coco. We thought maybe it would help to celebrate how special she was. To all of us, but especially to you." Chloe's eyes filled with tears, but this time they weren't just from sadness. "You did all this for me." "For you?" Chase chimed in, stepping forward with a grin, "and for Coco. She was a part of this family, just like you are, and we don't do anything halfway, you know that." Chloe let out a small laugh at that, nodding. "Okay," she said, wiping her eyes. "Let's do it." Sharing memories. One by one, the family shared their favorite memories of Coco. Nanny Faye went first, recounting how Coco used to sit on her lap during her morning crossword puzzles, tilting her head as if she were solving the clues herself. Grayson held up the scrapbook he'd made. "I put all the pictures I could find in here," he said shyly, handing it to Chloe. "So you can remember all the good times." When it was Chase's turn, he cleared his throat, looking more serious than Savannah had ever seen him. "Coco was more than just a dog," he said. "She was your best friend, Chloe. And she made all of us better just by being here. She taught us to love without holding back." Finally, it was Chloe's turn. She clutched the collar tighter, her voice trembling but steady. "Coco was my best friend," she began. "She always made me feel happy, even when I was sad. I'm gonna miss her a lot, but I'm glad she was my dog. She'll always be in my heart. A symbol of love." As the sun began to set, Savannah handed Chloe a small box. Inside was a necklace with a pendant shaped like a paw print. "This is so you could always carry Coco with you," Savannah explained. "Whenever you feel sad, just hold it and remember how much she loved you." Chloe slipped the necklace on, her fingers brushing against the pendant. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. Chase lit the candle on the table, its warm glow casting a soft light over the gathering. "This is for Coco," he said. "She's not here, but her light is still with us." Chloe reached out and took Savannah's and Chase's hands in hers. "I love you guys," she said, her voice small but sincere. Savannah smiled, leaning down to kiss Chloe's forehead. "We love you too, always." Moving forward, in the days that followed, Chloe began to smile more. The necklace never left her neck, and the scrapbook became a treasured keepsake. She still missed Coco, of course, but she no longer felt alone in her grief. Savannah and Chase had given her something priceless: the knowledge that her feelings mattered and that she didn't have to face them alone. The Chrisley family, for all their quirks and flaws, had once again proven that when it came down to it, they were at their best when they were there for each other. And for Chloe, that made all the difference.